All right, Pastor, we have an anonymous from YouTube. Why was incest okay in the Bible, but now it isn't okay? Why is it not okay now, but it was okay in the Bible?
All right. Well, let's look at it this way. Incest, as you know, is the having sexual relations with a family member. You might be referring to, of course, in history, as if you know anything about the islands, incest was practiced here in Hawaii before the gospel came, and was practiced in other pagan cultures. You say, why was that allowed in the Bible? Now, let's stop there for a moment, because you need to understand something. Everything we know about what is right or wrong comes from revelation from God. And what you'll realize in the beginning, when God created Adam and Eve, he made it real clear that one was to, a man and a woman were to be married and to be married for life, and they would be the only ones who'd be having sexual intercourse with each other. There was never any attempt on the part of that man then to have sexual intercourse with his children. Now, we do realize that up until the time of Moses, there were certain forms of what one would call incest. For example, Abraham married his half-sister. Okay. Now, however, when Moses received the law at Mount Sinai, everything changed. Incest was seen by God as wrong. And incest was seen by God as wrong.
Yeah.
From that point on. And it's always been wrong. And Jesus even went beyond that when he dealt with the issue of adultery.
Right.
In fact, if you look at a woman with lust in your eyes, you've created adultery. You've committed adultery. But when the law was given at Mount Sinai, I mean, it was very clear. This is God's perspective on the issue. And incest was not allowed. So, and of course, when the gospel came to Hawaii, and people like Queen Ka'ahumanu and Queen Keopuolani and others who became believers, that was stopped as well.
So why was it okay for in the Old Testament before Sinai? Why was that okay? And why, how was that dealt with? It
wasn't so much as it was okay. It was that they were living without revelation.
Okay.
You have to understand that God chose to reveal himself in certain ways. And at Mount Sinai, and the giving of the law was truly the establishing of God's revelation. Now, he spoke to us through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and he spoke to us by how he intervened in history. But you have to understand, we didn't get a full revelation of God's plan. In fact, until really Jesus came. I mean, in the Old Testament, for example, there wasn't much said about demons or Satan.
Right.
You don't really understand that until Jesus comes to destroy the works of the devil. And all of a sudden, demons are everywhere.
Right.
So a revelation is ongoing. And so just because somebody had pagan thoughts at a particular time doesn't say that that's the way God viewed things.
Right.
That makes sense?
Yes, yeah, it makes sense.
So hopefully that'll help.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us for Ask the Pastor. If you have any questions that you would like Dr. Marocco to answer, please leave them in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notified every time we have a new video. God bless you.